thathanani nisukeni la eduze kwami vele nje ninginukela nakabi. Okay, fine. Sihambe. Mangibuya la, yeah, awunandaba nami. Why would you leave me alone? But who wathe ngihambe? So what was I supposed to do? Yabona ukuthi manje kukuthina sigcine seba confused like on a serious note. Sike sesingazi ukuthi senzeni. Siyazama to provide emotional support and also physical support, but sometimes nakithi kuba nzima bafowethu.
And it so happened with both my pregnancies, I found out I was pregnant at a very later stage. And unfortunately, I was using contraceptives though, hey?
Our side of the story, real talk, inspirational conversation. My disability is not an ability, I can still do other things better. Listen to our side of the story.
Hello guys, Dini, it's your girl Kayla, the girl who can't see but can walk, who can't see but can hear, who can't see but can talk. And in everything you do, just know that I can see you. Don't ask me how I can see you. Welcome to another episode of Our Side of the Story, and Happy Women's Month! Happy Women's Month! Happy Women's Month to every woman out there. Just know that it takes so much to be a woman. When I mean so much, I don't mean those physical looks. I don't mean how you dress. I don't mean how you smell. Although it builds you as a woman, but naturally you are a woman. Naturally your body was built to be a woman. Naturally your emotions, your heart were built to be a woman. So shout out to every woman out there. Welcome to yet another episode of Our Side of the Story. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, and leave your comments. I have a great woman sitting next to me. Nalin, how are you, baby?
Hi, Kayla.
Are you good?
Doing well yourself?
If you can just introduce yourself to the viewers.
Igama lam nguNolin. Isaname nguJulie. I'm from the Eastern Cape in a small town called Lusikisiki. I was born and bred there. It's the place where I could say it made me who I am. It nurtured me to who I am today and what I am today.
Welcome. So you're Xhosa?
Yes, I'm Xhosa.
So
Actually, I'm mixed between Xhosa and colored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's where the name Nolin comes from.
And then which side of the family is colored? Which side is Xhosa?
Umama wam ngumXhosa, then utata wam colored.
So you're actually colored.
But I like the Xhosa part.
Yeah, but So today I'll be mindful of the things that I'll say because I don't know how to fight. Okay, guys, I'm not only with Nolin because like as much as it's Women's Month, we also have men in our society.
Yes.
We are not staying alone. Yes.
Yes.
We are not staying alone as women. Men are part of our lives. So we need to have both perspectives from women and also from men. So we have Umavusana as our male guest. How are you, Busi?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good.
And ngiyabonga man for having me on the show. Yeah, so igama uvusmuzi wakazwane all the way from MP Witbank, Emalahleni Fosmani. Yeah, that's where I was born and raised. But abantu bangazi ngilika 16V. Yeah. Yabona mawuthe 16V awubiza mina ngempela ke la.
16V coming from?
16V. 16 vulavala yabona nje. Umenzo wezinto zenzeke.
Hey, kumbuvula uvale
Ay, no. That's a topic for another day. Kodwa ke no. Ngiyabonga kakhulu for having me on this show and ngibulise to also ama viewers out there who are always following the show. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Yes, thank you so much to the viewers because you guys are engaging with us and it shows the love you have for us as individuals who are living with disabilities. And it shows that you guys want to be educated and you're willing to grow personally. So, guys, today's topic we want to focus on being a parent as an individual who has a disability. I know some of you guys think that individuals who are disabled, they don't engage in intimacy. You guys, like when you see a person who's blind and they're pregnant, you're like, hey,
Kanjani?
Exactly. And you guys don't understand that this thing, it's part of nature. As much as you guys do it, as much as you guys have those hormones, those emotions that control you to do those things, people living with disabilities, they also have those things. The only thing that makes us different from you guys is the disability or the kind of disability that we have. So Nolene is a mother. Nolene will be explaining to us her journey of motherhood as a blind lady.
Firstly, let me say this. I really hate the word disability because it makes me kuba ngathi man ndibambekile and handicapped ozothi disability. You understand? Ngoba kaloku like when something is disabled, it's something that can't do nothing, according to me. So I normally like to refer to it as being challenged, living with a visual impairment challenge, or maybe a physical challenge,
or
not
maybe a
disability.
differently able person.
Yes, exactly, because we are able. Now, when you say disable, it's like, oh, you turn off, Nkosi yami. So, coming back to your question, yes, I am a mom. Rather unfortunate, I became a mom at the age of how old was I? I was 19. Okay. Yeah, I was 19 with my firstborn. I have 2 boys, by the way, 2 beautiful boys.
How old are you now?
Don't be shy. Sifuna ukwazi. I'm sure even the listeners wanna know.
And maybe there's a potential somebody out there.
Yes.
I'm not in the market.
Okay.
Oh.
She's taken, guys.
I'm currently 27 years this year, and I just realized that I'm 27 years 2 days back.
Oh, happy belated.
No, I realized that 2 days back. I thought I was honestly, I'd forgotten.
When was your birthday?
On the 21st of April.
Aibo.
I had totally forgotten, honestly. I was saying to my friends yesterday, I'm like, hi guys, I'm really 27 years.
Yeah.
Like that's how stressful sometimes you that's how much stress you experience not growing up per se, but as a person who has responsibilities on your shoulders.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, Mnandi ndinabantwana babini, as I said so. It's 2 boys. One is 8 years, one is 4 years. U8 years igama lakhe nguNgentando. Then u4 years igama lakhe nguYivakalise.
Okay.
So, those children are my world. Like, ayikho into endingakwazi uyenza without considering them.
Yeah.
And I think there was a time whereby like I couldn't take any decision without considering them. So to a point, my mother used to say, Nolene, you also have your own life. You know. But yeah, those 2 are my everything. And especially with my firstborn. I may seem to love my lastborn, but I actually have a more softer spot for my firstborn because he consoled me in a way. He grew me up. Yes, I was a mom at an early age, but he taught me responsibility. He taught me now that you can't be living your life like as if there's no one to look upon to you. You need to know that ndikhona, like, you know, I need to, in whatever that I do, I need to know that I have kids. I'm not just living my life for me.
Yeah.
You understand?
And that's what actually happens the moment you become a mother.
Yes.
You have that responsibility. You have that person that is looking up to you.
Exactly.
And in whatever decision that you take, you know that your children, wara. Even when like one day you want to get married or something like that, you will consider the fact that, oh, okay, Ghana, I have my children. And whatever, even when the guy approaches you, he needs to know that, look, I'm
have
not coming
kids.
alone.
Yeah.
I'm coming with my children. And it doesn't have to for you to love my children, but you have to know that they are there, and you can't be competing like with my children. My children are my children, and they came first before me. So I'm just trying to elaborate on the fact that
that's true.
once you have kids, they are your main priority.
But don't overdo that, because one thing we need to realize, kids grow up. You will invest your time with your kids. Uzixelele into yobana hayi andifuna utshata because of ndinabantwana, or I don't want to do this because of ndinabantwana, or I wouldn't take a job in America because ndinabantwana. Yes, those kids need you, especially at the age that abantwana bam are in.
Yeah.
But I always want to put a but, because I may sound like as if I'm heartless or what, but bottom line, those children are going to grow up and they're going to leave you. Uzosala nabani? And we people, our lives go on. We just have to take everything as it comes. You see?
That's why you find those monster in-laws who are like, the mother doesn't want to let go of their child. The moment they bring a makoti there, then the mother starts fighting, they start hating the child because they don't want to accept the fact that my child is now grown. They can make decisions and choose to be with whomever that they want to be.
Yes.
Yingakho ke bese sinenzela abazukulu abazosala nabogogo ngoba kukuba nzima lokuthi amukele ukuthi sengikhulile mina. And efana nale ndaba le ukuthi uzongibiza ngale gama leli beyajwayele ngibiza ngalo sengisemncane. Can you imagine in front of my girlfriend or my wife usangibiza ngofana boy? Hey, fana boy. Like khona. Ayisasebenza. No.
Yeah, no. In terms of that, I know my mom always watches by the episodes of our side of the story. I know she will hear this and she will say this. My mom doesn't want to accept that she's all grown now. And like, you know, you will find her saying, "Mineng na 16, mineng it's okay." And like she has a very tiny voice. She's 16, like her voice is very tiny. You think she's young. Even when she's answering a phone, you think everyone would ask me, "How and is that your mom?" I'm like, yeah, that's my mom. Mama doesn't want to accept that she's grown, man, that she's old. So I think she needs a grandchild.
But so now mama
having a child is not an easy thing. Like it's not an easy thing, I must say. Let me from pregnancy. And you know, being pregnant alone, I'm gonna say, because pregnancy is something that I believe and I would wish to go through at this present state, if ever I would just like get pregnant again, like get pregnant with my partner beside me, because being pregnant alone, like that person is not even there. And when I mean being there, doesn't mean that that person must be there financially. You know, emotionally, that is the most important part. That is the most important role a male can play for a woman who is pregnant, especially carrying your child. Because now we go through emotions of man saying, today I feel this way. But at the same time, that understanding, you know, I want to see you, but at the same time, my hormones don't allow me to see you. You understand? But from that point of understanding, umasohleli phansi nawe, like nawe as a person uhlala phansi ujongba, man, kodwa I wasn't supposed to be doing what I did, it also triggers in your heart, and it also makes you to be like mentally healthy. I mean, I went through stress during both my pregnancies. And it wasn't easy, because at first, as I said, I was still doing grade 11 in school. Then there was just a lot. There was a lot. Like, I do understand the guy now, he was doing grade 12 at that time. He was not wayengayazi what to do. I would put it in that way.
Yes.
But I still wish, at that time I wished ukuthi ebekhona, like from the way that ebendifuna uba makabe khona. You understand?
But Nolene, before you go any further, okay, we can say that he didn't know what to do because like now, like it was also his first time being
and it was
dad.
his first time.
But at the same time, was he trying though? As much as maybe not to the extent that you wanted him to try, but was he trying?
I don't know what to call it, right? I don't want to be like as if I'm bad mouthing or what. But the efforts were there only if I'm no longer laughing, or I'm no longer begging. Like, when you reach that state, you're okay, fine, do whatever that you want to do.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore.
Or maybe uthethe into ezoba offensive, uthethe into ezafike ihlabe enhlizweni kuyo into bana because ngoku ndi pregnant, so ubona ba ngoku mawungandihoyi. So you end up using different ways to get that attention or to get that emotional support, but it's not genuine. And now uyayazi now, by the time isenze into ba, it doesn't come and bring any meaning because it's not genuine. You understand?
Yeah.
So now it's sort of like now you have to emotionally blackmail your partner in order for him to be there.
Yes.
So I think not specifically for your partner, but I think once as an individual you engage in things like intimacy, you need to know that when anything from what you are doing can happen. And you need to understand that you need to take responsibility. So as much as you might not have an experience of being a dad, you need to try. Because the moment you engage in intimacy, that's why sometimes they call intimacy adult stuff. So that means now you're forced to be an adult one way or the other, because now the baby is here.
Exactly.
And now you are the adult here in this whole situation. The baby is the one that is in the stomach. You see.
And as a female, you become a baby in that state, because your mental, like the way of thinking, you would swear that you're a 6-month baby.
But then, guys, you're not making things easy for us.
Not that.
No, listen. Nina like masin banjela ma cravings wenu. Hey, niphenduka abanye abantu esingabazi. Yabona mina ilo experience engaba nayo ngo baby mama wami, umuntu wami. Ngafunga ngathi next time when she becomes pregnant, it's either khamba mina ngiyekhaya noma khamba yena uyakubo, because for a time
It was tough.
it was tough. Umuntu wangivuse ebusuku athi ulambile. Mind you, winter ne. So I woke up, ngabeka amabhodo, ngabilisa inyama yenkukhu. Then ngaqala inkinga. Ithe mayinuka wasutha same time. Sesebhodweni. Mind you, ungivuse ebusuku lo muntu ngilele kubanda. I sacrificed ubuthongo bami. Ngathi yazini, umuntu wami she needs this now. So I woke up, ngabeka amabhodo. Thema sekuvuthiwe ukudla. Wavela wathi usuthi yena waflathela. Mangisagada ukuthi uflathele ngithi hayi maybe uyadlala uzovuka. Gone kanje ngobuthongo. yazi ngibi kwaphela ubuthongo same time. So I guys.
No, but let's explain something to you, Vusi.
Yes,
Remember, like
yes.
when women are pregnant, the hormones are fluctuating.
Exactly. I was about to say that as well.
Estrogen going up and this going low, and you can't control yourself. It's not by like you can't control yourself.
There was a time whereby I actually cried for mass, like
A mass.
a mass.
Yes, Raj.
And my mother, the time I was pregnant, when I was back home, my mother used to make sure into bana every gene for time and it's only gonna last for maybe 1.5 or 2 days.
Yo.
No, like look at the situation. My mom, when she was pregnant with me, she once told me that, Mina, I didn't want to bath. I didn't want to comb my hair. Every time your father came to visit, I would go hide under something so that he doesn't see me. I just didn't want to see your father to a point whereby I would go hide under a table or something just that I don't see him. So you see,
Just imagine.
You don't control these things.
That's why I was also saying that if they could understand, I'm not saying we are right for acting the way that we do, but there's one thing that they need to know. We don't have 100% control of our emotions as we would if it were to be Nolene not being pregnant. Mind you, you must also remember one thing. A woman's mood changes a lot in a month.
Naturally
Without the pregnancy. So now just imagine with that pregnancy that's going to make you to think like a baby sometimes. It's 10 times worse. And it's also stressful towards me because I'm fully aware of what's going on, but I just can't control it.
Yeah, khona kuba nzima man, kuba nzima because mina no baby mama sayenza ideal ukuthi okay mawuzizwa ngathi ziyakuvuka. Okay. Mina ngiphume kasi so like imfundo yami straight. Mawuza ngazi ukuthi manje ziyakuvuka ngitshele so that I can give you space. Okay. Azange kwenzeke the way ne. So besithi basihlele eroomini. We used to fight a lot ne until ngatshela omunye umngane nami uZakes may his soul rest in peace. Ngathi Joe ngicela mawuthola isikhathi uzongilanda endlini yabo cause manje mangihleli naye azavuma athi thathanani nisukeni la eduze kwami vele nje ninginukela nakabi. Okay, fine. Sihambe. Mangibuya la, awunandaba nami. Why would you leave me alone? But who was ngihambe? So what was I supposed to do? Yabona ukuthi manje kukuthina sigcine seba confused like on a serious note. Sike sesingazi ukuthi senzeni. Siyazama to provide emotional support and also physical support, but sometimes nakithi kuba nzima bafowethu. Kuba nzima because as much as you guys don't understand yourself during that time, it's also hard for us men ukuthi sin understand nani ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Because at the end of the day, you guys are human and like you run out of patience.
Yes,
but you know, once your woman is pregnant, I think it's good that you educate yourself about pregnancy. There are so many books to read about pregnancy. There are so many videos to listen to about pregnancy so that you know that, okay, when this happens, okay, pregnancies may not be the same, but at least when you are educated about, okay, pregnancy and whatnot, it gives you a glimpse of what you might have to experience for the next coming few months.
And it also helps them. Bazokwazi into yobana xa react ohlobo mna mandibelo hlobo. It's iyafana noba it's a psychological thing. You see, so honestly.
But it doesn't happen the same way sifunda ngayo encwadini.
Don't expect it to go according to
That's why I'm saying that pregnancies are not the same.
Pregnancies are not the same. Unyanisile ukayila xa isitsho ne. Pregnancies as fun. My first pregnancy, it was hell. Mentally, it was hell.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I was in school. I disappointed my mother because I was actually, and unfortunately, I I have a mother. I've always had a mother in my life. So my mother has been my mother, my father. So that pressure of udisappointe umzali wakho. You are pregnant. Your life has to change. How are you going to provide for this child? No boyfriend, you understand? It becomes a lot. So now coming to my second pregnancy, okay, that one, it wasn't that much of a difficulty, I'm not gonna lie. But I did face a lot of emotional stress because pregnancy, yes, it happened when I was in a very unstable relationship with my boyfriend then. So, and it so happened with both my pregnancies, I found out I was pregnant at a very later stage. And unfortunately, I was using contraceptives though, hey? Because with my first one, I was using, what you call this?
Implant?
No, not an implant.
The 2 month
Then
shot?
sebenzisa petogen.
Which one is that one?
Yini petrogen.
It's the one for 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, because I was going for 3 months. Every 3
Is it
months.
that shot?
Yes.
It's
the
Depo.
petogen.
So it's not the injection.
It is the injection, but I don't know whether it's the Depo or what.
There's a Depo and then another one.
There's I think there's Depo, there's Neristorate, and there's Petogen. I don't know, but I think Petogen and Depo, it goes along. I'm not sure. Honestly.
Go deeper.
Because no, I'm thinking like, usually with Depo, even like it's so, they usually say it's the dangerous one. Like usually when you take it even, but if it's not.
I think it also goes with the fertility of a woman, you see. So with me, my first, I found out when I was somewhere 5 months. Going for 6.
Couldn't you see the differences on your body?
I had a very flat stomach. One. I didn't have any morning sicknesses. I didn't go through any cramps. I didn't have any pains. I didn't have nothing. And I started feeling the movements a week after I found out that I'm pregnant.
Or maybe they were there all along and now you just...
There was nothing. Honestly, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Same applies to my second pregnancy again. I found out that I was 4 months. Yeah. And with this one, I had a loop. But I still fell pregnant. So I'm not trying to say contraceptives are not good. They are good for those people that they work for.
And they're just...
But it's just not 100% thing. It's not something that you would say, India, continue, Isha, I'm having sex because there's contraceptives. No, it's not something that I would advise young girls to quickly go for. Because in our days, the minute our parents, they see that we are jola, you understand? Because they're avoiding the fact that you don't get pregnant. Kanti, anything is possible when God decides. Then that is where my firstborn's name comes from.
It's Kungentando.
But it's Kungentando kaYehova.
I almost said Kungentando yenkosi.
It's the same thing though, but in a different language.
Yeah, it makes sense, Shem. But I think, also when it comes to like those parents who say, just go to the clinic, I think they are better than those ones where like you now have to hide, even in terms of like going to prevent, because I think that's the reason maybe we also have a high level of teenage pregnancy. When you have a mother, you just, sometimes you want to share with you, mama, I now have a boyfriend, even if you're not being intimate with that person. And then, but now, when it comes to the fact that now your partner starts pushing that now you want to get intimacy and whatnot, you don't have someone who would advise you and say, no, baby, if you don't want to do this, don't do it. Maybe like from your parents who, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And you're still too young to do it. It's different when you're being taught this from school than when you're taught from someone who's close to you. So I think like, parents, once they see that their children, they have reached that stage, they put them here next to them. And then they start educating them of those things in order for the child to be open in terms of communicating, whatever. Even when they start dating, the child would be open. They would go to their mother, or they'd go to their father. Look, but I'm in a relationship, what. So that, like, if anything goes wrong, the parent knows that before this, I know this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And most definitely, when you are being advised by your parents, when your parent is leading you into the right direction, you are very less likely to make the wrong decisions.
But then when in saying that, when Kaylani, I for one, I don't really. There's no formula. Let me just put it in that way, because noba ungahlala phansi nomntana uthethe naye in a friendly way. In our days, you'll get disrespect.
Yeah.
Especially ama-2K. They would flip you over. At the same time, when you don't talk, it's also something else. So my approach, oh God, I just pray to God I don't ever get a girl child. Because I think it's difficult. But then to my approach, I think learning to understand umntwana wakho, knowing, be friends
with your child.
Yes.
But don't be over friendly to an extent now that there's no respect.
Yeah, that's true.
The child must know their limits. They must know where to draw the line. At the same time, they should be comfortable with you as a parent.
That's true.
They should be able to talk to you. Mina, from my side, my mother, she's a very wonderful person, I must say. She's a very strict person. You need the truth and nothing else but the truth. But at some point, I feel if I was able to talk to her about some things that I was going through, because remember, as a teenager, you go through a lot of things.
That's true.
Of your own. Except for the fact that you're going to school, except for the fact that you are but there's a lot of things that there are a lot of emotions that you go through, and especially as a female child.
Yeah.
So in my case, I really wish that my mother was that much there for me, not to an extent, because I remember I used to ask her, wena mama uyakwazi uba abantwana basesikolweni sakho bakwazi uthetha nawe, but mna andikwazi uthetha nawe, mna ndiyakoyika, sendinengxaki. I would prefer going to my mother's younger sister with my problem, so that, at least someone knows what's going on. It's a very recent thing for me to be able to open up to my mother.
Mom.
Yes. And another thing is this: I was a very troublesome person.
But sometimes
I was a very troublesome person. I'm not gonna be in denial of that. So I think your parent also treats you in a way of responding to your behavior.
But don't you think sometimes that behavior comes from being rebellious? Because sometimes as a teenager, you're carrying a lot. And when you get home, you still don't get that emotional support that you are longing for. And now you choose to interact in that bad behavior because you're trying to get rid of that negativity, or you're trying to make yourself forget.
Comfortable. You're trying to comfort yourself. Exactly.
Actually, you're crying out for help when you're busy engaging in negative or bad behavior. So I think somehow, some teenagers' rebelliousness does come from lacking emotional support
at home.
Yeah, nenye into kumele sibheke bafowethu ukuthi yabona endlini uma ni strict ingane ingakhona ukukhululeka, it's either ubaba noma umama, yabo. It happens ukuthi lo mntwana a minute athola opportunity yokuganga ngaphandle, she or he will use it to the fullest. And manje evidence uzobuya nayo endlini ukuthi hayi, uyabona. But esikhathini esiningi I believe mina ukuthi communication is the key. Iba umngane nomntanakho so that azokhona ukukutshela. Yazi mina there's this cousin of mine, wayethi uze nentombi like ekhaya so le ntombi ithi mayifika ithi no mina I've never done this before but uma wangitshela ukuthi immediately mase ngifuna ukukwenza wathi uma uyavuma ukuthi ngiyenze but that day ngizoyenza ngiqale ngimfonele so that she would advise me and azokhuluma nalomuntu engizoyenza naye asiguide ukuthi yenziwa kanjani.
My mother would kill you.
Cousin yami
I wonder if I were to do that, mama, I'm gonna like,
listen. And nothing happened that day because cousin yami athi angeke simfonele umamakho ngamane siyeke. So I believe ukuthi lo mama she had a strategy.
Exactly.
And siyamsebenzela leyo mntwana. Lesimsebenzela I don't know ukuthi kwagcina kwenzakaleni but yo ngasithanda lesa strategy lesi. Yazi what makangixoxela cousin yami I was like wow. I would love to use this method nami enganeni yami because yeah hey.
And not Tugma 2000 they would never call you forget.
But also I think that we can't be too harsh to our parents because like there's no manual of being a parent.
Exactly.
There's no book that says, yeah, this is how you're going to be a mother and whatnot. You're going to parent your child. You're going to have your faults. Because now sometimes you are learning. You are learning.
Exactly.
And even in maybe in your second, your third born, you are learning because children are not the same.
Exactly.
But at the same time, when parents are too strict, like they push us away because like, you get afraid of your parents to a point whereby you're scared to even ask for like something like a pad. Imagine. I remember seeing this other clip of Sima on TikTok. She was just explaining Gucci like the way her mom was strict when she started going on her periods. I think she said for days, not even telling her mom that she's on her period.
Just imagine.
She would use tissue because she was scared that her mom would say, yeah, Vela Manja, so you're being intimate. Now you are going on your periods. Imagine. So now when you're too strict as a parent, you get scared of asking things that like are basic needs.
Exactly, that's true.
So Nolene, do you think that maybe being a teenager, being part of teenage pregnancy also added to your stress at that time when you were pregnant with your firstborn? Because now when you're pregnant in high school, obviously, we are all teenagers and we are all going to be saying, hey, mbuge nan, as if like we are holier than no, you see. So do you think that was part of the things that added to your stress?
Unfortunately, I never went through that. I had a very supportive system when it comes to my friends and my peers in school, and my the school I was attending at the time was very understanding. Not to say that they were promoting me being pregnant at that time, but they played a role that I would never forget because they were parents to me more than just being educators.
And which school was that?
I went to Kanyisa School for the Blind in Port Elizabeth.
Okay.
Yeah, so there I started from grade 10 till grade 12.
Okay.
But before then, I was mainly in mainstream schools because my side was still okay for being in a mainstream school.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, I would just basically say that because the only stress that it added to me was the fact that I'm in this situation and I'm in it partially alone, I would say. Yes, he was present, but that's why I'm saying partially alone. You understand?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't really
have any complaints.
Yes, in terms of
at school,
at school stigma. No, I never experienced that at school. No.
And how was your mother's first reaction when she found out that you were pregnant?
I remember. I wrote her a text message on WhatsApp like, "Mom, I found out Mankulelwe, and I'm sorry." And mind you, I found out a week before. No, I found out 2 weeks before going home.
Yo.
And I was like so stressed about the situation because I don't know how am I gonna tell my mother. And my mother's a strict person. How is she gonna react? So the first thing I did was to write her a text message like, okay, Ma, this is what happened. I find myself in the situation of being pregnant, and my mother was like, "Ke ngoku ndiyithini loo nto?" That's the only answer I got. Ke ngoku ndiyithini loo nto? I remember it so clearly, and it still plays in my head. I was like, okay. But what am I going to do? Because bottom line, she has to know before I get home because I want to get home. She's cooled down. So we didn't speak after that. Then she called me. I think it was about some hours later. So Nolin, uthi kwenzeka ntoni? I'm like, mama ndikhulelwe. Zingaphi inyanga? Kuthiwa bathi ndina 5 months. Then she dropped the phone again. I went home. I didn't even know what to expect.
So wait, after like she dropped the phone, she never spoke.
We didn't speak
till you went home.
We only spoke when she was giving me money to come back home. Then we only spoke at home. Then when I was at home, she was like, "Paramises keep us in born." So I picked up my t-shirt for her to see, and she could see. And my stomach was not that big, hey? So she was like, "How many months?" I'm like, 5 months. She said, "No, are you not 5 weeks?" I said, "No, 5 months." So she was like, "Okay." But I won't lie, my mother has been supportive ever since then because my child, I went back to school. She was supportive, like how a mother would be supportive to her daughter.
Yeah.
Even with my second pregnancy, although she was disappointed again with my second pregnancy, I'm not like I could see and I could tell because my mother's one person when she's disappointed with you, she won't even talk to you. So I could tell, but today as I speak, I can never get in between my mother and her grandchildren. But it has not been that much of an easy journey because of the responsibility, and especially being a mother to boys. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Because I can never teach a boy child no matter how much I can try.
So now let's dive into like being a parent. I won't say being a mother because we also have you, Vusi.
Yeah,
also a parent name.
amanye amatopic angibhainda mina manje. Wabuza strictly to a woman.
Remember, Women's Month, yes.
Manje-ke yabona-ke. But yeah, no,
Yeah, so let's dive into like being a mother or being a father as individuals who are visually impaired. Now, I always imagine, when I think of when the time comes for me to be a mother, or like, hey, how am I gonna do it? I'm blind. How am I even going to change a person his napkin? When I have to feed him, do I have to fill his mouth first and then put the stuff? How am I going to do those things? So like, maybe if you guys can talk about that.
I would say it's not difficult because it's more like cleaning. We have different ways of cleaning as blind people. We have different ways of taking care of children as blind people. So for me, with my firstborn, I'm not going to say I was blind because I could do everything. But when I was pregnant with my secondborn, I was going through a lot. That is when my sight started dropping, decreasing. I had a lot of stress. I was going through depression because of my relationship. Like I was going through a lot. I literally was going through a lot at that time. So being a pregnant person at that time and giving birth, I didn't find it as a challenge as well because I could breastfeed, I could feed the child. I had you just come up with ways that are comfortable and suitable for you. Even when it also comes to changing the child's nappy, you just would try to make sure that you have a lot of maybe wet wipes if that's what it takes. Wet wipes is needs so that you don't make a mess a lot. And even if you're changing the child, just try to have maybe receiving blankets underneath before putting the child, so that even if the mess happens, it happens on the receiving blanket, then you just easily wash that than washing everything, like the whole bedding.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to dressing the child, as blind people, we feel things, we work through touch, sensing, smell, So even the child's clothing, from the time utenga leyo nto shop into bana into elo hlobo le, they described it to you, so you already know. Like there's no formula. I wouldn't say there is a formula as a blind person, but everybody works according to what is comfortable for them, what is within their reach, But it's doable. I'm not gonna lie, it is doable.
No, because I'm asking because I'm so traumatized when it becomes to having a mother as a blind person. Like also in terms of like just being a mother in general, like having to, if like I would be able to actually be a mother to a point whereby I've been living with this idea with I really wish to tie my tubes. It's bad to that extent, and I feel like it's just maybe not normal or something like that.
Just go try volunteering maybe in a home whereby they have babies. What's those orphanage homes, if they still call them like that? Just go try there. Maybe you'd find something. I mean, for me, I love children. Like, yes, I'm not that much patient, but I love children.
Noma ngathola abantwana bakasisi mhlawumbe.
Yeah.
I do babysit. During my June recess, I was babysitting my brother's child. And I was enjoying being with him, but having my own, but now he's fully my responsibility, it scares me to the core. And even when I wanted to feed him, I'd be scared because, oh my word, can the milk not spill in his nose by mistake? Can I just not make any mistake? I'd be so anxious. Guys,
through touch, so you just have to first touch and know. And that's why I'm saying it depends according to you. How comfortable are you and what do you do? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Because what I would say work for me, maybe for Uvusi wouldn't work. Maybe for you, it wouldn't work. And remember, for me, I could see before. So I have an idea of what maybe a child's mouth looks like. I know when we're breastfeeding a child, I could see before that when my mother's breastfeeding my younger sister, she used to do like this. So I can't really give entirely for me, like for someone who's never been able to see before on how to. All I could just say, as long as you are able to do what is comfortable for you, then you are good to go.
Yeah, and even if nanoma bangafundisa like esibhedlela, because they usually do that, bakufundisa ukuthi
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's very rare. It's very rare.
So as I was saying, they used to teach, or rather I say that, how to hold a breast, but not everyone esebenzisa le ndlela le bakufundisa ngayo lapho. It happens the same way mawungaboni. Abantu they can give you mhlawumbe i-theory ukuthi no ungambamba so wenze so, but when I'm sure you would find a comfortable way to do it by your own.
And then now, in terms of your perspective, in terms of like being a father as an individual who is visually impaired, how would you say, Guti, it was or it is? How many kids do you have, by the way?
I have 2 boys.
You man. You guys. That's something you guys are not telling me.
No. Don't go there.
Are those babies?
No. Into yami Nolin Ishifane. She's half colored. I'm half colored. 2 boys. Serious. My mom is colored.
Okay.
Kamala Macy Adams.
Ooh.
Yes. So Yeah, Nami, I have 2 boys, but unfortunately for me, the firstborn is not mine biologically. But uyena umuntu ongintroduce ku fatherhood, yabo, cause
Oh, so
Wait.
you have 2 boys in that way.
yes.
Not to sound harsh or something, but Bambi Salchas.
No. Umuntu wami ngamthola already nomntwana.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, ngathanda nomntana wakhe kanjalo. So lo mntana
Lovely. Man, are you listening?
Yes.
Man, are you listening?
Very nice.
mina I'm proud of ukuba a stepfather kuloya mfana. Yabo.
How old is he?
I think it's 6 years.
Excuse me. Is the mother also visually impaired?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So lo mfana uAzan igama lakhe ne. He did introduce me kule
Fatherhood.
fatherhood. Yes. So lo omunye uthe makafika already izinto eziningi bese ngizifundile ngalo qala, yabo. So uthe makafika ezinye izinto bekuma touch up, but because nami ngike ngabona kwathi makufika isikhathi sokuthi ngishintshe umntwana, I remember ukuthi kambe ubhuti wami omncane bengembamba njani time ngisabona, yabo. Thatha inyawo uzibhekisa phezulu, thatha iwipe usula konke okukhona lapho, yabo nje. Yes,
The worst part I hate Shem changing it diaper yomntana.
and my it's worse cause you wouldn't know ukuthi mele usule ngakuphi. You have to.
You might touch by mistake.
And you
And
do.
you do. You do, like seriously mina ngawathinta.
It's a must do thing because why I'm saying it's a must do thing.
Niyabona ke? You guys are scaring me even worse.
No, honestly, like it's a must do thing because
Yes,
you have to feel. Remember, we work through touch. So if you're feeling and you feel that, okay, gukhona la, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna say, I'm never changing the child again?
No.
Yeah.
You have to.
Hey.
Even Guamina, I hate going to the toilet. Whether it's to pee or to, I hate like the toilet, guys. I don't know. It frustrates.
Kubalekela inkinga phela i-toilet ilazibuya khona ila ucabanga khona yonke into ukuthi mhlambe you have a fear ukuthi
I go up, but I don't know. I just
everything
don't.
will come off.
It has to do with just having to sit, go toilet, sit. I hate just sitting there. And like sometimes it can even take me, sometimes the way, because my brain is now reacting to how I feel. I can sometimes sit, not go to the toilet for 3 days. And Shema would fat. Lama pomlenyo ashaya. And then I would hear with that. Now it's time for me to go to the toilet.
Actually causing harm to yourself.
Because it's not
Constipation
healthy.
izokulimaza kakhulu.
Even the baby that I was babysitting during my recess, my brother's child, whenever I'd smell good, wrong, I'd call my mom, Mama boy tata. Mim, she just saying right guy. And then when she's done changing him, and then she'd bring her back to me. So Jevele, anything that has to do with the toilets, guys, you're frustrated.
And the time uzoba nowakho umntwana, you have no choice but to do it.
And you would love it.
Yeah.
You would enjoy it.
Eventually it happens ukuthi ugcina soyijwayela lento uyithanda, yabo.
Like those mothers who suck their baby's mucus when they're blocked.
I do.
Yeah, bo.
I would never have a dying baby because of I don't want to suck his mucus. Whereas I know what to do. I would never.
Do you swallow it or do you spit it?
No,
spit
you
it out.
spit it out.
That's your baby must. I wouldn't be shocked if you guys swallow it because
As much as Niti, that's my heart outside of my body. Obviously, ayikho into yomntana kozoyinyanya. No, ayikho.
You guys being traumatized. So I think Minesha Mvele Yalosenyo Balega Lolo Quest, because what do you mean? You have to go through all of these things.
I'm not talking about the sleepless nights.
Imagine.
I'm not talking about the nights whereby the child is sick. You don't even know
what to do
or
what's wrong.
I'm not talking about the time whereby now the child just decides to cry. You have to be walking up and down. Uyambeleka, breastfeeder, uyamkisa, uyamchincha, uyamhlaba, but still.
Because sometimes when you look at babies and you admire them, you adore them, and you're like, oh, this is so cute. Oh my word, I don't want to have my own. But behind closed doors, what mothers go through with having those babies.
I remember there was a time where I slept 2 weeks on a chair in hospital with my last born. He had bronchopneumonia. After 2 weeks, he was born. And like children were like dying in front of me in that ward. So it was so stressful. It was so traumatizing. You don't know. And my child used to be 2 days, he needs oxygen. 2 days, and every time I watch him in those oxygen machines, I used to pray like, God, please, not mine. I went through a lot. Pregnancy is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. We just get pregnant because of Nkosi.
I would relate to leso story sokuthi a pregnancy it's not easy, not because ngengaba pregnant, no.
I wish you could, hey.
So you can see ukuthi tisuke tingakabasuki kambe utheni mase tinsukile
mase zinvuka yeah. Yabo. So I was there throughout the whole process umuntu wami pregnant, yabo. So I witnessed everything until the end. Yabo. So even not today indaba yokuthola omunye umntwana, we don't usually speak about it because of the trauma
You went through.
she endured the time athola umntwana. Umuntu wami mina what would I say, ngasho ukuthi washona the time athola umntwana, and bese bamvusa ngemishini only to find out ukuthi it was a spiritual thing. Then baya kumprofiti umamakhe, it happens ukuthi wavuka. So leyo trauma leyo ayikho kuye kuphela but nakimi, yabo, knowing ukuthi what if azangavuke bengothini emntwaneni, bengiyomkhulisa kanjani mina, bengizomnika kanjani lothando lolu mamakhe bekumele amnike lona,
mother's love.
yabona. So izinto ezinjengalezo ziyasithusa thina, yabona le ndaba leyo ukuthi kuma private hospitals whenever umuntu esifazana makazodeliver ingane, they also call ubaba ukuthi azobona. Hey wafethu, hayi mina I don't think I'm brave enough ukuthi ngibe khona lapho, yabo. But for i-support for umuntu wami ngingangena, yabo. But izinto ezenzakalayo ngize ngizibuza ukuthi mawuzokhulelisa umuntu esifazana then uphika umntwana umshiye kanjalo yonke into, like usuke ucabanga kanjani
Uthini nembeza ku
because I don't think ngamlahla mina umntwana. Ngisho kuthiwa ngisebenzi, mhlambe kuthiwa igrant nayo le siyincane ngaleyo ndlela, I won't, as long as kuyigazi lami, never. So kona kubuye kubenzima, especially mawu umzali ongaboni, babuye bakubuza ukuthi no umenze kanjani umntwana ongaboni.
I once got that stupid question. Sorry to
We
say.
all got that question.
And I got it from a professional nurse.
Imagine.
Umithe kanjani? I was like, ngale ndlela na umitha ngayo xa umitha. So boyfriend uyibona njani? Umuntu wakho umbona njani? Ngale ndlela wena umbona ngayo umuntu wakho. How do you have sex? How do you have sex?
Yeah. Because
Like we literally get very, very I'm gonna say it's stupid.
Yeah,
right?
stupid questions.
Although they're trying to understand, because remember, a person who can see does not even have the slightest idea how does it feel to be blind.
Yes.
So they're asking questions because they want to understand, but now they ask them in a wrong manner.
Yeah.
Because if you want to understand something from someone who's blind, ask in a very polite way, in a way that she or he won't feel attacked.
Yeah.
Now, if uzondibuza into yobana like ndimitha njani, like how do people even get pregnant?
Kodwa-ke
And
vele
how
nje,
am I going to answer that?
imibuzo enjengaleyo like mina ngabuza i-social work e-home affairs the time
Just
ngenze
imagine.
ID lithi manje ngihleli la duze kwamane ubuza umamami ujampa mina yena ungaphi
Bayathanda they like doing
ujampa
that.
mina ubuza umamami ukuthi my mama uyakwazi ukuzigeza. I was like, how sis, are you serious?
They like doing that.
And I
Questions that
hate
are
it.
related to you, they choose to ask it to a person that's next to you.
I don't
as
answer. Mina, when you do that to me, I don't.
No.
Even if ngathi siye bank so too, then you're gonna answer for me. Then continue answering. Whatever that I was coming to do, continue do it. I keep quiet.
Hey,
Indaba imibuzo yakhona ibuhlungu because usukubona ukuthi kahle kahle la umbuzo lo directwe kuwe but angazi ukuthi sowufika kanjani komunye umuntu yabo.
yes.
And leyo nto leyo isenza abantu banokucabanga ukuthi no lo since angaboni ngathi nala engqondweni phazamisekile.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's true.
That's not true bafowethu. Like si right, the only different esihluke ngayo kibo laba ababonayo is amehlo kuphela.
That's all.
Mina baze ekhaya baze bafuna othisha lo wayengifundisa secondary waze wafuna ungifaka esikoleni sabantu like abanye aba mentally disturbed
Why?
ne because they believe ukuthi disability yafana. And labantu laba bengibabona mangeclinic omunye uke waphusha omunye uhamba ngewheelchair and lo mphushayo umental wamphusha wayeka iwheelchair iwheelchair yafika la ku stepper khona yamdipa lo muntu oyewela le. So I was like nambe bafuna ngijoine labantu laba. On a serious note, never, yo.
No.
I can't.
No,
So-
I think we usually mention this on our on like almost every episode that we have, that most of our guests, they do say this, that most people think that when you have a disability, ngathi yahlanya. They think they think we're crazy guys, like for real. Yeah, but are almost ending up going to a mental institution because you're blind. Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Yo. And another boring thing, you'll have to explain each and every movement you're doing. Mastel nje dining room ukusukuma
Oh yeah.
interrogation uyaphi uyoyenzani
Right.
uzokhona ukufika mara bafowethu.
And one thing about a blind person, blind people are very fast learners.
Yes.
Very fast learners. Just a practical example. I needed to go to the bathroom.
Just now, yeah.
Yeah. It took me once. I came back on my own. Because as a blind person, same applies to being a blind parent. You are very attentive.
Yes.
Very, very attentive, even to the little details that a person who can see wouldn't pay attention to. Because that person rely ngokubona yena, right? But for us, our hearing senses are very stimulated. Our instincts, a blind person and instincts, those are two best friends.
Yeah.
So,
And most of the time, your instincts are not wrong as a blind person.
exactly.
And people should crush the mindset le yokuthi bathi siyasenza. No, guys. Umuntu ongabona akasenzi. We are not built with technology. No. Asenzi lutho. Mawuzoma phambi kwami ungibuza ukuthi maye uyangisenza. Ngiyokusenza kanjani? Ngizokunyathela vele mina mawuzoma phambi kwami. Ungibuza ukuthi awungisensanga ngani? Bekumele ngisenze njani? Like, do we have installed devices like in our body system? No, there's a person behind you, so it beats. No. Fana nokuthi umuntu azoma phambi kwakhe athi manje uyangibona. Obviously uyazi ukuthi angibona. Like bafowethu no, come on.
They're just trying to test because, you really can't see. They also do that a lot. And it's just an important question that I think also the viewers would also be interested in, is that like, Vusi Nolin, I'm also coming to you because you also need to answer this question, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Vusi, you said your partner is also visually impaired and you're also visually impaired. So is your child visually impaired or fully sighted?
Well, they are both fully sighted.
Your children, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
So, because I know some people, they have that fear that, oh, okay, when you have a child with a person who's visually impaired, like that child also will be like visually impaired. Maybe like if we can just explain that this thing, it depends. I think it has a scientific explanation, and it also has like maybe like I don't know. I wouldn't say it's luck or anything like that, because remember, some people, they are not born with the disability. Some it's genetics. Some it's something that it's an accident that happens along their way. So it's not that every time when like you have like you see a person who's visually impaired and you're like, okay, these people have they are going to have children who also can't see just like them. You see, so I know that's an assumption that people make a lot. I also used to make that assumption, by the way, I admit. So, Nalene, with you, I don't know, like if you're comfortable sharing if your partner is also visually impaired.
The father of my children is visually impaired, but my kids, they both can see. They perfectly.
And I think the adding factor is that the both of you guys were not born blind, right?
Yes.
So I think maybe it would be different with someone who's born blind, but they do give birth to children who can fully see.
That thing, it's just it's a genetic thing.
Yes.
And it's also, I also say it depends. As I said, when God plans, God's plan becomes the way you see. So
Yeah, we can plan, but he prevails. Because I know some people go to do those genetic, I don't know, those genetic cross thingy to find out with their partners, to find out whether they'll have a child who's fully sighted or a
I
child
would never
who's
take
visually
myself through
impaired.
that stress. You.
At the end of the day, to us believers who believe in God, we know that God is above science.
Exactly.
So we may make all those things and whatnot. That's why sometimes you go to doctors, they tell you that they can't help you. But the moment when you're with God, you know that God will make a difference with my situation. Even if it's not having having a disability, but maybe in terms of like different situations. We know sometimes you are told that, no, this thing is not possible. You won't be able to achieve this thing, but you go to God and be like, God, I know you knew me when I was still in my mother's womb. You knew me before anything else. So I know that by your name, this thing will happen. You see?
And I have experienced a lot of being looked down upon. That has never made, especially because of my challenge with my eyes, that has been a very big motivation for me, because it pushed me into business. It pushed me into being me, you know. I'm a very wild person per se, if I could put it in that way. So me having a challenge now, it's also a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because I don't think if I could see, I was going to be at the point that I am in my life. I don't think I was going to open a business. I don't think I was going to think the way that I think today, you see? Because as a blind person, okay, akho misebenzi. Then what next for me?
Yeah.
How am I going to feed my children? Because I need to be there. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, it was a blessing in disguise. And I believe that uThixo knew
What he was doing.
who he's taking his sight away from me. And honestly, so far, so good.
And to those who don't believe,
So far, so good for me, because it has pushed me. My eyesight has pushed me to my side. Is pushing me to and
success.
it's still going to push me to even greater heights, because, I mean, in South Africa, it's very nice to have a challenge, because things come, you are one of the priorities. One, I'm a female, I live with a challenge, and with things that I would compete for people who don't have challenges. Obviously, I'm 2 points up ahead of them. So the meaning, the minute I bring my ability to the table, they bring their ability to the table. Let's say I were to beat them maybe 50%. I already maybe have another 20% extra because of now I'm a female and I have this challenge. You understand? So that's why I'm saying my challenge has really opened doors for me. Like really opened doors for me because I've just been funded by NYDA a couple of months ago, hoping to continuously grow in business with the advantages that South Africa has to offer towards blind people. Yes.
So just maybe in closing, just for you to share what is your business in order for everyone to support your business.
I sell clothing.
Okay.
I'm currently drip shipping. I do have a registered company. It's Protea Boutique, but it's not fully in like running, but it is running. So I do my orders. I take orders online through WhatsApp, through Facebook, calls, TikTok, like even face to face, because as I said, it's not like fully functioning yet, because I'm still trying to grow it. I'm still trying to research location for a store. You know, I'm still trying to stand on my feet here in Pretoria. You understand? So yeah, that's what I do. And another thing, I'm also a performer as well.
Yeah. So we can invite you in parties and weddings.
Exactly.
Plus, I know visually impaired people, they like to party a lot. You should. Do you perform for them there at Optima? I'm planning to.
Maybe ama-viewers wethu angathanda ukumuzwa uNolini ukuthi ucula
kanjani. Yes.
And nami vele ngingathanda ukumuzwa, please.
You just play that audio, man.
this, guys, was definitely another episode of Our Side of the Story. We've all learned, I've learned a lot today, guys. I don't want to lie. And most of all, I've learned from Nolin's story that everything happens from a reason.
Yeah.
And we might not believe that the reason when things are still happening, but when you see the fruits, outcomes of like the things that you're working on, you see that, oh, okay, this thing actually happened to groom me and not to break me.
Yes.
And as well from our brother here, Vusi, we've heard Guti is such a responsible man. And we need more. I hope you were not saying that just for the viewer. I hope you're like that in real life.
Obviously. I'm fake, I'm that kind of a person.
No, thank you so much, guys. Thank you like for also being here. Hope you guys are going to come back, and like maybe Nolene, you'll come back and share more of your ideas.
Yes.
And now maybe to advertise your business, and you tell us about your progress. Okay, from today, now I've grown to be this and this and this and this, because I know definitely with the spirit that you have, you're going to be, God will take you places.
Yeah.
Now I receive.
Now, Vusi, I believe in you. I heard that like you're also doing music, right?
Yes.
So, Guma socials, how can they get hold of you?
Nkosi yami kuma socials ke ngitholakala ngo16 Vulavala ku YouTube, ku TikTok, ku WhatsApp ke ngitholakala nginamba. Nkosi yami mawuyifuna uzoyithola.
Baby mami yashayana, guys.
Akadali uyatrapa futhi. And thank you for once again for this opportunity. Aksina noma ubani oyitholayo.
And that's why I was so anxious and nervous.
But you were so fluent and so I was even so moved by Nami Jeshem.
Melabonge mina maybe motivator all along.
Thank you.
No, for this one, payment, please.
Hi, bo.
Yeah, bo.
No, thank you to the viewers at home. You know what to do, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, and leave your comments, so guys, so we know what we can do more in order to grow as Our Side of the Story. And this was Our Side of the Story.
Yeah, bo.
Our side of the story, real talk, inspirational conversation. My disability is not an ability, I can still do other things better. Listen to our side of the story.